Hello and welcome to another episode of the mini championship on MotoGP 18, the run to MotoGP 19. We are here at Misano and we're starting our qualifying laps straight away. No distractions, getting straight into it. We've clipped the apex through turn 1, shifting back up to second, third, back down to first again. So a lot of shifts in that first sort of flip-flop through the long turn 3. You have to get on the power as urge you can, try and slide and turn with the rear end down towards Rio. I think that's the name of this corner. Yeah, there's the hairpin Rio. And then you try and stay on the side of the tyre, and you've got to flick it back over for this left-hander. And we are actually going red at the minute, so we were 4th in the session, but we're going red through the first sector, which obviously is session best compared to HC General. So we're already in a good position, but looks like we could be on for a pole position on this race, at this rate even, if I can actually talk properly. Too much to talk about once. So you can see there is a rider a little bit in the distance, but I don't think he'll be holding us up or anything like that, so it's fine. We have lost a good 3 tenths there, so we're now 2 tenths away from the lap time, but to be honest, I would still be happy with that because obviously Misano isn't my best track or anything like that. So yeah, it would be okay to get like second or something like that. But through, that's probably one of the scariest corners. We got quite off the track there, but not too bad, not too like track extending. I think it was Simo that's crashed in front of us because he's now gone. Or it could be Andy Etcher, but now we are 3 tenths off, so we've not really lost any more time. We lost about another 10th, but it's not too bad. So we are still on course for a pretty good lap here. We're on course for a 26.7 at the moment through the penultimate turn. We're going down and straight towards the last corner, hit the brakes later as we can, turn the bike in, clipping the apex beautifully on the throttle, right to the outside apex, almost onto the green there, up towards the line. What's it going to be? That's a really good last sector, and a 26.8 there, so just under 4 tenths off pole. In the end, it didn't end up like that. We were actually 8 tenths off pole, but that's purely because Andy Etcher went and stole pole position by 4 tenths, but we did stay 4th because I think he was already in 3rd place. HC General 2nd, Bob Rock 3rd, me 4th, Federico Ciandini 5th, Simo down in 6th position, bit of a shock from him, so we'll have to watch him in the race. Nick in 7th, Arn and 8th, and Mickey CR in 9th. We're on the grid now. Andy Etcher on pole, HC General 2nd, Bob Rock 3rd, and I'm in 4th, so we've got to try and get a good start here. Obviously we've got to watch out with Simo from behind, like I said. Obviously he's got some serious pace, he just couldn't quite get a qualifying lap together, I don't think. The lights are on, waiting for the lights to go out. Lights out and away we go. Bit of a slack start there, but not too bad. You can see someone's come flying around the outside. Nick and Bob Rock. But it comes out Bob Rock's down, and we kind of clipped his rear end as we go to turn 1. So we're now in 7th position, not been a good start. Mickey CR cuts the inside there, and we flipped the bike back. A bit of contact with Mickey and we're down. So it's gone badly already. And yeah, that crash with Bob Rock was a really weird one. I was trying to get over to the right hand side of the track, and it seemed like he lagged or something. Like just like for a fraction, we cut that corner there completely, messing up the turning, being a bit distracted by Federico getting back on his bike. But we're now up to 8th place, 3 tenths in front of Bob Rock. But yeah, it's a weird start there. Simo's already up into the lead, look. But yeah, it was a weird start. We had a bit of contact with Bob Rock as we were trying to come over to the other side of the track, so I'm sorry for that. I've just completely took him out from behind, I suppose. But I think he lagged like for about a fraction, and I would have just missed him. And in the end I've clattered into him, so I've got to apologise to him for that. Obviously the irony is not lost on me that I was complaining about a start crash last episode, and now I've caused one myself. And then the contact with Mickey, I don't really know what happened. I kind of flipped the bike over, and as he was coming back onto the track he was in the wrong place, wrong time. Not really his fault, not really my fault either, just one of those things. But we are trying to hunt down Federico, who's just took a big chunk out of that corner. We brake for the hairpin now. Well, look, oh, we're down again. Okay. So yeah, that was a very shocking and weird crash, that one. I basically just hit the brakes and the bike just fell out from underneath me. I don't really know what happened. I didn't do anything any different than I had on any other lap. Just the front folded. So now we're in last position at the end of the first lap. I know I didn't really sound that enthusiastic about that crash, but obviously I already know it was going to happen because obviously I raced it a few days ago. But we are 2.6 seconds behind Bob Rock now. We're cutting a little bit further onto lap 2. You can see Simo has crashed, so he's lost the lead. And he's down to 8. Someone else crashed as well. I think that was Bob Rock. So we got past Bob Rock and Simo now as we break for the last corner. There's a crash for Federico up ahead as well. So we're now running outside of Federico. 9th to 6th in 3 corners. Pretty good stuff there. Obviously I know everyone was crashing, but it's quite good because obviously we've crashed twice and we're in front of people that have crashed once. So Mickey lets us through there on lap 3. Not quite sure why, but I appreciate it anyway. Really nice of him to do that, but he didn't have to. He could be fighting generally for a good position there, but he has decided to get out of the way of us, which is nice of him. But yeah, like I said, he didn't need to do it. But braking for turn 9 now, you can see we've got Simo Piova all over the back of us. He runs a bit wide through Tremonto, trying to get the power down out of Tremonto. Up towards the line now, further on that lap. What is the gap going to be up ahead? We're 5.7 seconds behind R1 and in 4th position, so not great, not great. a crash for Simo there, so Simo trying to follow has ended up crashing, and that puts Federico behind us now. Obviously we saw he had some pretty good pace, but although he was taking some chunks out of some corners, Nikan has now crashed as well, so he's dropped down to 4th position. You can see he's just in front of us now by a couple of seconds, so he is the next target. 2.4 seconds to Nikan. Can we hunt him down? That is the target here on lap 4, but we are cutting a little bit further onto lap 4 as we're coming through. Probably my favourite corner on the track. A massive crash there for Nikan. I think he's clipped the outside curb with full throttle, and down he's gone. And that's sort of what happens when you exceed the track limits there. You do end up crashing, and notice a lot of people were doing that in this race. So 5.7 seconds behind Arwanand now, and we've got about a second back to Federico, so we've got to watch out for him. We're coming into, once again, this corner. Andy Etcher's now had a crash from 2nd position. I think he was in 2nd, and he's now dropped behind Arwanand, promoting him to 2nd. You can see they are battling to come out of the hairpin. We are now 4.9 seconds behind Andy Etcher, so we've got to try and capitalise here. Arwanand is going to lose some time battling with Andy Etcher. We've got to try and capitalise on that as much as we can. The gap to Andy Etcher is now 4.8 seconds, so it has come down a little bit. And you can see they are battling up ahead as they go through the sort of turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 complex. But Andy Etcher has now got the move done as they go down towards Rio. Although Arwanand's got him back again. So it's going to be, the battle's going to continue, I think, between the two of them. Bit of contact with Federico there. Federico went really hot into Rio and hit us at the back. So he's took that 49 down quickly. I think he just overshot Rio and he's hit me and slowed down instantly, and he's just gained a good 7 tenths from it. But when now he's trying to go up the inside, down towards turn 8, hitting the brakes early as we can for turn 8. We've missed the apex quite a bit there through Koiki. He's going to get up the inside now, not quite. We are going to keep the position for now, but he is on the attack. He's all over the back of us, and that's exactly what I didn't need right now. 4.6 seconds to Arwanand. We are still catching Arwanand, but I don't want to lose any unnecessary time battling with Federico here. But at the same time, he has the right to try and battle, because he probably thinks I'm holding him up, and that he can go and chase Arwanand down himself through Curvone. And you can see he's going so far off the track there just to carry the speed. You can open the throttle a lot more if you go that wide, and he's just gained a massive amount of time on us there into the hairpin. Once again, he's now 1/10 behind. 4.8 seconds to Arwanand, so we did lose a little bit of time there, although we weren't really battling. I think I was just taking some more defensive lines through the penultimate turn onto the green a little bit. It's okay to go on it a little bit, but he went past the green onto the tarmac, I think, through that right-hander Curvone. So he's all over the back of us. He's getting the slipstream. Is he going to have an attack as we start this lap? We're now 4.7 seconds behind him, Arwanand, but he's getting up the inside into turn 1. Bit of contact between the two of us there, but Federico gets the move done through turn 2. He's ran a little bit wide, but getting up the inside. Bit of contact once again, trying to run around the outside. Then he gets position for now. We're trying to get up the inside through Variante Di Palco. We're back up into 4th place, once again hitting the brakes for Rio, but we've ran a bit wide for Rio. He's going to get up the inside once again, so chopping and changing, cutting up the inside of each other all the time. We flick over turn 5. He's gone so wide. He's gone completely off the track, accelerated completely, bumped over the grass. That's well, it's lost him a bit of drive going over the grass, but he gained a few bike lengths there from going that wide, and that's what I mean about taking some chunks out of some corners and making his own circuit a little bit here. I mean, there's exceeding track limits a little bit, and then there's that, but I think he's clipped the curb on the inside there, and he's run wide through Tremonto, and we're now back up into 4th place once again. Whether maybe he was given the position back, I don't know. I think he just clipped the curb on the inside though. He's getting a slipstream down towards Curvone again. Will he take the tarmac route? Yes he did. Once again through turn 12. You can see by the arrow how far off someone's going. He's hit us at the back through turn 13, I think that is, into turn 14 Caro. We've clipped the inside curb, not beautiful, not really a great line. 4.7 seconds behind Arwanand we were there. So much to try and talk about at the same time, because we are under attack here and we're still trying to bridge a gap ourselves as well. We are definitely losing some time there to Arwanand because of this. Out the last corner we go. What is the lap gap going to be as we go over the line? 4.7 still. We've got about 2 tenths to Federico, so a little bit further in front than we were previously. We have held on to this position for now. He didn't attack into turn 1 this time, which is lucky for us, because it's pretty much a slam dunk if you can get the bike position properly. Down towards Rio, once again hitting the brakes as late as we can. We've missed the apex a tiny bit, but that's not too bad. Trying to keep the bike on the side of the tyre. Through turn 5, flicking over for turn 6, have to close the throttle so we don't go off the track, and we've got on the throttle. And to be fair, he did check that pretty legitimately there. He didn't do what he did the previous laps, that's good. He's got the slipstream there as we hit the brakes for Quirkier. He goes up the inside, he cuts the corner a little bit, and we've sort of almost cut the corner, getting the switch back on him. But back up into 4th place once again, so pretty good battle going on here for 4th place in this race. Obviously as well, we are pretty close in the championship, so there is that too. He's only, well, I don't know how many points he's behind, but he's not that many, because I've had a pretty bad couple of races really. So we're trying to make a comeback in this one. That's why I was kind of really fighting hard for it through Curvone once again. Look at the mini-map. Look at the mini-map, how far off he went there. Look how much closer he is all of a sudden. And he dives up the inside. Bit of contact to down, he's gone. He completely cut the corner and went up the inside. I don't know where he was going with that. We're now 6 seconds behind R1, but yeah, he got such a good run and he just cut the corner and crashed into the side of us. I'm not really sure, what he was thinking at. He has apologised for it, and I'm fine with it because it didn't really cost me a lot. But it was weird. I think he just carried too much speed and then couldn't do anything about it. We're now 5.7 seconds behind R1, so we took 3 tenths out of him in that last sector. But as we cut on to the end of lap 9, starting lap 10, what is the gap to R1? 4.5, so we're taking massive chunks out of R1 now. Has he got some tyre issues? We will see as we come up towards the end of the lap. Doesn't look like we've taken much more out of him, but we'll have a look. 4.1, well 4.2 pretty much. So we're taking about another 3 tenths out of him. Not going to be enough though. We need to start taking the chunks out once again as we're about to start the penultimate lap, lap 12. What is the gap now? 4 seconds, so we took about another 2 tenths out, but it's not enough. You can see Andy Etcher's not too far in front of him either. We're seeing the track limits a little bit on the exit of that corner. What is the gap now as we start the final lap? 4.7, so we had a pretty bad lap that lap. We're not catching up to R1 in this race, but as we cut on to the end of the last lap, Andy Etcher's had a crash once again through this section of the track, obviously like he did earlier in the race, and he's pretty close to us there. Look, he's right in front of us. And he's put me off a little bit with the, yeah, I kind of turned a little bit weird there because of where he was. We've both gone so far off the track and accelerated over the green, back onto the track again. We're 7 tenths behind him, we're a bit too far behind. We've got 3.5 to Federico, so we can, if he makes a mistake, we could have afford to have a dive. But look, he's a little bit too far in front into the last corner. We really tried, we completely missed the apex through Misano. And it's a very similar scenario to the last time we raced here, catching up to R1 right at the end of the race last time. This time it was Andy Etcher. But in the end, we did end up in 4th position. Congratulations to HC General. Obviously, won the race by 17.5 seconds. Absolute domination. Andy Etcher in 3rd. I was in 4th. 5th for Nick, and Federico ended up 6th because of his penalty. Simo in 7th position. I think a couple of people did disconnect, or probably more likely rage quit. I think Bob Rock was one of them, and I think Mickey as well. But we're looking at the championship now. HC General extends his lead, and in fact seals the championship. If you look at the points there, he's now 40 points in front with 1 race to go. So HC General has won this championship, and Simo is consolidated in 2nd position because I am 25 points off him. So Simo hosts, so it's basically impossible for me to do that. He can't score 0 points, so he's locked in 2nd position there. But there is still a battle going on behind 4th, 3rd with me, Federico, and R1, and obviously we're only separated by 14 points. A lot of us. Bob Rock has still got a mathematical chance at toppling us all for 3rd place if he wins the race, and we don't do that well. He can definitely do that. Andy Etcher, again, I mean, he's technically got a possibility, but I don't think he can really get 3rd at this point. Matt in 8th place, 9th for Nicken, 10th for Mickey, 11th for Clod, 12th for Acros, 13th for Perfidus, and 14th for Dark Paradise. There is a few others, as I say every time, but they don't all fit on the screen. So I hope you did enjoy that race. It was pretty action-packed. I know I made quite a few mistakes on the commentary there. I do apologise. And I also apologise for this coming out quite late. I missed a couple of days uploading. I've just been quite busy, so apologies for that. But as I said, I hope you enjoyed the race. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I shall see you in the next video.